Hey everyone, it's Michelle Fawcett, the Dreaming Dilettante. I'm coming out to you with a video. I alluded to this project that I had been working on my daily podcasts. And if you're not subscribed to receive those in your inbox, they're free. They're under 10 minutes in length, and I send these out, these little creative podcasts that I record daily out to my subscribers. And I'll put a link in the description below so you can check it out if you're interested. But I was talking about how I was working on an altered book project, and I'll actually show you two of them that I'm working on that I'm hoping to actually do some tutorials with. These are some books I picked up at the local used bookstore, and I mean, they cost me like nothing, and I mean, you can get them for, cents, depending on the condition they're in. And these, this particular book I thinned out, and I'm planning on actually just altering the book. So I glued the pages together, and then I'm going to be using these pages to make my artwork on. So this is a new technique for me. I'm not really sure how it's going to work out. I've kind of done my own little Mod Podge of different techniques that I've seen online. So this is one book that I've started, and my daughter's been helping me. She loves applying the glue. So we'll see how it all comes out, but at least it's been fun to work on. And as you can see, this is a much loved, torn up book. So we'll see how this works out. So I'm planning on doing a tutorial and showing you guys how I'm actually altering this book. And then this is another one that I'm working on. I'm still gluing the pages together. I went through and thinned it out, and I'm gluing the pages together to kind of thicken them up. But this, I think, is going to be a really nice book. This is like an old Digest of the World book. So I'm going to see how that works. And then there was another book, which is what this one was, that I was trying to do the same kind of technique with, but it had glossy pages in it, which I had heard would not work, but I thought I'd give it a shot and just see what came of it. And then I found this great tutorial on YouTube on going ahead and taking an old book cover. So you just kind of empty it out, take out all the pieces, all the pages rather, and so you're left with just the cover. And then using cardstock, make your own journal. And this was a lot of fun for me. I was very excited to do it, and it was a lot easier than I thought. The whole concept of bookbinding and stuff like that and stitching, for some reason, it just seems like once I get to the stitching part that I would lose interest. So even though her tutorial, and I'm going to put a link to the original tutorial that I watched, because it's like a 6-part thing. It breaks it down. She does a wonderful, wonderful job. And obviously watch her tutorial and she'll show you how to do everything. But she actually does stitch. I cheated. I didn't say cheated, but because I ended up changing and adding some extra duct tape to my binding, it was thick, and I didn't really have a proper needle that I was going to be able to do the stitching through. So I just kind of tied in my 4 signatures here. So I'm not sure how well it's going to hold up, but I figured it was a good trial. I don't plan on beating the book up too much, but you never know. But I did want to do a quick flip through because I'm really happy with how it came out. The cover here, what I did was I just covered it with this, and I'm going through supplies I've had, 12 by 12 papers that I've had for years and years and years that are just sitting here. And this was a great way to just kind of mix them all up and really utilize and get them out of the cabinet. So this piece here is almost like a fabric sheet. And I did it on the front and then the back. And I actually went back and did this after I finished the book. And then this is just duct tape. So I had a white piece, and originally I had done yellow, and then I was going to change the whole thing over to white, but I kind of liked the brights, so I left it. I still plan on embellishing the front a little bit, but I haven't decided what I want to do with it, because I'm really not sure what I'm going to use this journal for. So I left it for now. And then on the inside, I did, and hopefully I'm keeping this in the shot here, this is again just this is a piece of cardstock, and I felt like I needed something. I'm digging through my boxes, I'm like, I want something a chocolate color, and I have found this piece of paper I had that actually says chocolate on it, so it was perfect. And then I just had the duct tape come through. This was all just to reinforce the binding, and again, she'll tell you how to do all that in her tutorial. So I did that on the front, and on the back, just to kind of fill it in. And this was an old plant journal or something like that I picked up. And here is the papers. So I'm just going to go a quick flip through. I used stamps that I had. Some of them came with some of the papers that are coordinating. Some of them are the hole punches I used are from the Stampin' Up! Line that I sell. But a lot of the stamps are just things that I've had in my collections that I wanted to dig out. I really love this page. I had these stamps and I just kind of played around. And for me, the freeing part of this was the fact that I just literally took the pages, followed her, and I just went with it. The really cool thing that I discovered was stitching on paper. And it's not that I hadn't heard of it before, but the idea of going down to my sewing machine and doing that seemed like a lot of work. And I had purchased years ago, and I'll even show it to you because it's sitting right here still, this little tool, and it's just a Sew Craft Mini. It's meant for like stitching on cards and scrapbook pages, etc. And I had bought it long time ago, and I tried it maybe once, and I could never get it to work. And I was going to return it, I think, was my original idea, and because I couldn't get it to work. And I had it I said, I'm going to give it another shot. And when I saw on the tutorial that she was doing stitching, I dug it out, and I got to work. So who knows what happened, but I have to say that now I'm addicted to sewing on paper. So I think I'm going to have to implement that more. But I just did kind of like little flaps here, you know, punched some stuff out, some little holes. I did some distressing with ink there. Again, these were punches. I ran these papers through my crimper just to give it a little, some dimension. Again, popped out some pages. These actually, like this page, can fold in, so I could have it like that, and then over here. So I have those pages I did, and this is different, a little different than how she did in the tutorial, but for me, I wanted to try it this way. And again, these pages, I don't know if you can really tell on the camera, but they have a lot of texture to them, so I really didn't go overboard with some of them. And I tried to coordinate in the sense of a theme, like I kind of wanted a rustic looking journal. These are some pages that I had ripped out from the books I just showed you, some thin pages. So I tried to keep a general theme, but I didn't go crazy with any particular look or figuring stuff out. I really just played, and so much fun. This is, you can see, this is how I kind of tied my signatures in. So there were 4 signatures of 5 pages each, and so this is, I just used embroidery ribbon, and I used that. So we'll see. I mean, I'm sure it's not the most sturdy binding, but I think it's going to work fine for what this book will be for me. So I'll flip through the rest of the pages just so you can get an idea. Sometimes for me, I find just looking through other people's pages and seeing what they're doing in their journals inspiring, because then I have a starting point, like, ooh, I like the sewing. Hey, you know, I can stitch on paper. I'm going to see how that comes out, and you know, give that a shot. So I find it inspiring sometimes just to look at what other people are doing. And like these pages, I just stitched down the one side, figuring I could always put something behind there as like a little hidden flap. I stamped some images here. This one I loved, the little flags. I did the stitching, and I loved the two-tone. Again, just punched some holes. I had gotten some new punches in, so I thought I'd give those a shot. And I just did some stamping all over. And then some of the pages had so much decoration on them, I really didn't want to overboard it. So I just left them. Like that page, I just didn't do anything to. And again, these can fold in. I've scored those. I love this red floral paper. This one I was really happy the way it came out. I just started stamping randomly, and I ended up really liking how the image came out. Same as here. And again, like these, you can tell I had them down on my work surface, and this is just ink, probably that was on the work surface from earlier. And it was fine, because I figure, you know, if you end up not liking it, you can always cover it. But it gives it that old feel to it. So I really just didn't stress. This is another one of my favorite pages. I love the butterflies. On this one I just did some spritzes with some spray inks that I had. And I actually, this one I did intentionally. I layered these together with kind of like a little window punch there. And again, some little smaller tags that are in the card. This one I did the page, and then I covered everything because I really didn't, it was just a plain like cream colored paper, and I had done some edging on it. I didn't like it, so I just covered it. And this is again another one of those pieces. It's like it was a 12 by 12 sheet, but it's more of a fabric paper, if that makes any sense. So I used that. Again, like here, I just stitched in, I glued it down, and then I stitched in, or I didn't glue this one down, I'm sorry. I stitched the page in using that little machine. I used my envelope punch board to make a little envelope, and I stuck in a piece of washi tape. This is actually fabric tape, so that I could seal it up if I decide to, when I'm working, I actually using it as a journal if I wanted to seal it up or do something like that. So that's what that page is. And this I just love. This has got that homemade paper feel too. And I know I've been talking about it. I am going to work on a homemade paper tutorial for you guys. I just have to figure out my setting because I'm going to have to do it in my kitchen. And I don't have a tripod for my camera. So that's been a logistical hindrance to me actually recording it. But I will try to get that up for you. So here's just another couple pages. These are, like I said, the things that I punched out that you could see throughout the book. And then as I had them just sitting on my desk and just threw them in as it felt, as I wanted to. And some more little, I love these little pieces. Nothing went to waste in this, it's just so great. This is the ink spray. This page was under the one that I punched the hole out. And so it got a little bit of the circle, but I like the look, so. And then I did this one, and I love the window with the circle punches. So it gives you a little bit of a dimension, and you can always put something over it should you decide down the road you don't want it, or when you're actually doing the pages. And this one I liked too, the punches, the different colors, and the stitching. Another spray page. And you can see it seems pretty tight. I mean, as far as, you know, the page is not wiggling too much, and I'm also planning on bulking them up, you know, obviously when I start adding my elements and decorating it and doing whatever I'm going to use it for. And some of these towards the back are a little bit more plain, but I think that's nice to have a little bit of a mixture. And that's it. So that's my little, I'm very happy with it. I really didn't expect it to be this substantial, my first go around. And I think I might either, I think I'm going to get some kind of vintage beads or something like that and hang. I do have paper beads that I might hang on there. There's a Jenny Belly is if you want to search out her YouTube channel, she does a tutorial on how to make paper beads. So I might make some for my little tassels here. But for right now, I think I can call it semi-complete, or at least ready for whatever I decide to use it for and decorate. So if I get any further along with it, I'll be sure to do either, probably most likely a blog update or something like that, let you know what I'm using it for. So that's it. Thanks so much for checking out the video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel or my blog, and I will be back with more. Thanks for listening. Take care.